Hey guys, happy Friday. Hey, it's the 26th of June, and you know what that means? It means we are halfway through this year. Thank God, you're all saying. Well, these Fridays come around pretty quick, so before you know it, we'll be 7 months, 8 months, 9 months through, and let's just hope we get 2020 behind us without too much more carnage. Quick story for you. When I was in grade 1 up at a school in Toowoomba, the teacher said, if you could have a time machine, what would you do with it? Now, I said I would go back to the Melbourne Cup and find out who the winner of the Melbourne Cup was so I could put money on it and win. I've always been about money. I've always been about numbers from a very early age. What's ironic is that I haven't made a single bet on anything in I don't know how long. I haven't even bought a dollar scratchy. I pretty much despise gambling. But what about if you could guarantee a return on your money and a significant return? In this country, we've got many stimulus packages that are in place right now. Job Seeker, Job Keeper. There's, I'm not sure what it's called, the one where they're paying businesses, their pay as you go withholding up to $100,000 to keep employees in jobs. It's great. It's needed. It's working. Happy days. But there's other stimulus packages around there to help people just build long-term wealth that you might not know about them. So I'm going to use this last Friday wrap of the financial year to show you one where you get a guaranteed 50% return on your money. Better than the racetrack, better than the casino, better than the scratchies. What is it? The super co-contribution. Where else can you guarantee a 50% return? So, what is the super co-contribution? What do you need to be eligible? Well, to be eligible, you must have made one or more personal super contributions during the financial year. You must be less than 71 during the financial year. You must not hold a temporary visa. You must lodge your tax return in the year. You must have a total super balance less than 1.6 million in this current financial year, and 10% or more of your income must have come from employment or business-related activities or a combination. What it means is you can't qualify if you received a trust distribution from your family trust, from investments and that sort of thing. So you will look at that and go, 50% return on your money. You mean I can put 100 grand into super and I'm going to get a 50% return? No. So that's the good news, is you get a 50% return. The bad news is it's capped. So the cap that you can put in down the bottom here, if you put in $1,000 of your own money into super, you will get $500 from the government, assuming you are within these income thresholds. Now, very quickly in relation to this $1,000, if you've been watching my Friday wraps, you would have noticed a couple of weeks ago we talked about making contributions to super. There's two types of contributions you can make. One is a contribution where you claim a tax deduction. The other is a contribution where you don't claim a tax deduction. It's this one where you don't claim a tax deduction that this is relevant to you. If you put in up to the $25,000 that you're allowed to and claim a tax deduction, you're not entitled to the co-contribution. This is the non-concessional one, so you'd need to put in another $1,000, assuming that you were within these brackets. So if you have an income less than $38,564 and put in $1,000, they're going to give you $500, 50% return on your money, guaranteed. If you're above that amount, they're not going to give you anything. So you're now scratching your head going, okay, well, what about if we're in the middle? Well, just hang on a second. Let me get there. So if you put in $1,000 and you're under there, like I said, 500, and some examples of higher amounts along the way till if you're above that amount, you don't get any. If you put in less, again, it's at 50% and it's along the way those amounts. So you might be within those ranges and wondering if you put some money in, how much are you going to get? If you earn less than that, or if your income's up to that, you're still going to get a 30% return on your money. Where can you guarantee a 30%? The last few weeks I've been banging on about the whole concept of, creating long-term wealth and being successful is discipline, automation, and habits. If you can get $1,000 in this financial year, if it's something that you think might be, of benefit to you, then consider it an option that you're going to get $500 guaranteed money. One of the boys in the office, he puts in $500 for his daughter. She puts in $500 for herself. The government gives her $500. It's a great habit. It's absolutely discipline. Over the long term, everyone's going to win. But it's just one of those things where you've got to set up the discipline, set up the habit. We talk about the automation. What about from next week, if this is something that you think might be for you, you automate $20 a week coming out of your bank account into your super fund. That's $1,040 at the end of the year. And then you're going to get $500 from the government. Discipline, automation, habits. Over the long term is where it all, will pay dividends. So again, before you go and quickly act on that, don't be doing it without, talking to myself or someone just to make sure that your income's right and that sort of thing. But if the numbers are right for you, it's something that, is going to be beneficial over a long-term play where you're getting that free money by making, a conscious effort for your own self and your own long-term wealth. All right, guys. As I said, last Friday wrap of the financial year, halfway through this disastrous year. It's not that bad, but hasn't been great. Anyway, leave it there. Talk to you soon.